I think it's time somebody finally mans up and calls out a beloved YouTuber for some heinous shit they've done recently. And who's manlier than me for this task? 5'6" imposing frame, often mistaken for a Girl Scout if I get seen from behind. I felt that I was the only man for this job. I'm of course talking about Video Game Dunkey, and the despicable sin he's recently committed. Video Game Dunkey is a man I used to call a friend. Until he gave his opinion. Yeah, I'm not stuttering, this isn't clickbait. Video Game Dunkey recently gave his opinion on Final Fantasy VII Remake, and my day was fucking ruined when I heard that he didn't like the game. I loved Final Fantasy VII Remake, as did other people, and Video Game Dunkey comes around swinging his dick, helicoptering it, and says, I didn't like it. Attacking us, personally, and he hasn't even apologized for not liking a game we liked. It's despicable and dunkless. You've gone too far this time. Let me ask you, do you think that behavior is acceptable? Do you think that's okay? To say you don't like something knowing full well there are people that liked that thing? I think it's just downright disgusting. I've got to ask, where do you get off? So I'll break this down for those that don't know. Video Game Dunkey made a review of Final Fantasy VII Remake where he wasn't kind to it. He didn't enjoy the game, and Twitter was not alright with that. They went on a full meltdown, tantrum mode, attacking Dunkey and attacking Dunkey's fans, and then the fans would attack back. It was this giant civil war, blood spilt on both sides, cum all over the place. It was like with the OK Boomer Girl when the Simp Wars erupted, if we remember that battle, but for JRPGs. And it brought up a topic I've wanted to discuss for a little bit, where people get so attached to these properties, games, movies, where if you don't like it as much as they did, they fucking hate you for it, and it's like a personal attack, you not liking that thing they like. It's just falling in love to a really unhealthy degree. These people will fight tooth and nail day and night online to defend the honor of the thing they like. Some of these people would throw themselves in front of a moving truck if it meant the truck driver wouldn't go home and leave a negative review about something they liked. It's just totally fucking obsessed with these things to a super unhealthy degree. And doing the Moist Meter, I see a lot of this myself, obviously not to Dunkey's degree where he got all this kind of backlash for talking about Final Fantasy VII negatively, and I just wanted to talk about it because I think it's really fucking pathetic. I think it's super sad where Dunkey is now under fire because he didn't like a game as much as they did. I was going to pull up some tweets, but I don't trust people not to go harass the people who left the tweets, so I won't be doing that, and I'll just kind of outline some of them. There's of course the very popular one of, I liked Dunkey until he said something negative about something I liked, now I fucking hate him. And that's an actual perspective some people share. That people liked Dunkey until he didn't like something they liked, and now they can't stand him. And I think that's just really fucked up. For some reason, there's a lot of people on the internet that hate to associate with anyone that isn't a clone of themselves with the exact same tastes and the exact same interests. There's a lot of people that really cannot tolerate when someone else doesn't like something they like, or they like something they don't like. It's super fucking weird to me. It happens a lot during my streams when it comes to asking questions about anime, oddly enough. And one particular anime always sets it off, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. When someone asks me about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, they'll typically spam it like 100 times because the fandom is absolutely rabid. They need to know everyone's perspective on JoJo's on the internet, and I get that. You like it a lot and you want to know if someone else likes it so you can talk about it. I get that. But when it comes to asking me that question, I only like parts 1 and 2 of JoJo's. I didn't care for parts 3 and 4. And when I say that on stream, there is always guaranteed at least one man that fucking erupts. Something in them just snaps. They have like a full Winter Soldier episode just... What did he say? What the fuck? What the fuck? He didn't like parts 3 and 4. I'm fucking out of here. Charlie sucks. Parts 3 and 4 are the best. Shit! And they'll do this massive song and dance, caps locking all these complaints about how I'm wrong for not liking parts 3 and 4, as if them talking about parts 3 and 4 and like debating me on it's going to change my perspective, where I'll read it and be like, wow, Jelly Asshole 14 is really making some incredible points. I guess I did like parts 3 and 4. I just don't even get what the goal is, and they'll have this huge tantrum about it, and then that's the end of that. Even though I did like JoJo's, but only parts 1 and 2, so I even like JoJo's, just not enough for that person to be okay with me. So then they leave, they don't come back, they make some kind of post about it. It's fucking weird. To love something that much and make it so much a personal part of yourself, where you get that offended if someone doesn't like it as much as you do, or enough for you to tolerate. I think that's so fucking sad. And that's what a lot of the big controversy on Twitter was when it came to Dunkey giving his opinion on the game. There were some fair criticisms because people for some reason are taking Dunkey's review as this gospel, like Now that Dunkey didn't like it, no one's gonna buy the game. The game is doomed to fail. Dunkey just sank Square Enix with this review. It's so fucking rude of what he's done. And then people saying, Dunkey's always said he's hated JRPGs. He shouldn't be allowed to play JRPGs. Let's ban him from ever buying one. Why is he still reviewing these? He doesn't have the right. So first of all, Dunkey's not like this torpedo that's just been shot into Square Enix's headquarters and took it down because he didn't like Final Fantasy VII. There's not going to be a massive drop in sales because of Dunk's view of Final Fantasy VII Remake. What Dunkey does is a comedic review giving his opinion of a game, but often people try and pretend that's not what he's doing. A lot of people saying he's lying in his review on purpose to make the game look shittier than it is. It's so fucked up, he's making the game look so bad on purpose, as if they're just disregarding the whole point about him making it entertaining. He's exaggerating some of the shit, sure, by taking it out of context, like with the pizza thing, but there's nothing wrong with that. He's making a point that he doesn't like the dialogue, and then he shows the pizza thing. It's for the sake of the joke and the comedy of the video. He's not in here making this giant fucking article about why he didn't like Final Fantasy VII Remake. He's making a short, sub-10-minute video making jokes about why he didn't like Final Fantasy VII Remake. He's not out here making some propaganda video to maliciously lie to the consumers and subliminally influence their purchasing decisions by feeding them these lies, you know, making people believe the reptilians are real and behind Final Fantasy VII Remake, or Final Fantasy VII Remake is gonna make your wiener small or anything. He's just making fucking jokes about a game that he didn't like that much. It's not that deep. It's not that big of a deal. He didn't like the game, and he defended why he didn't like the game by making it entertaining for people that aren't familiar with it. For some reason, a lot of people that watch reviews and read reviews, it's something I've noticed with the Moist Meter as well, are people that have already formed their opinion about it and are just looking to be validated by a review. They're watching a review to make sure that that person liked it as much as they did and for the reasons they did, or didn't like it for the reasons they didn't like it. It's weird. A lot of times people aren't going to reviews to actually get an opinion on the game and make a decision. It's just kind of just to confirm what they think of it, which I think is the kind of the wrong way of approaching a lot of reviews, especially when it comes to something like Dunkey's, where it's just supposed to be entertaining and giving his personal opinion of it. Also, the people that say Dunkey shouldn't be allowed to review JRPGs anymore, I think that is a stupid fucking take. Yes, he said a lot of times he doesn't like JRPGs, but he keeps playing them because he's looking for good ones. He likes games. He's an elite gamer, god damn it, and we shouldn't be restricting that, especially when it comes to games like Persona 5 that he liked. Him playing JRPGs is a good thing. Why would you only want perspectives from people that already fucking love all those JRPGs? You're just gonna get this little fucking bubble of nothing but positivity with some nitpicking. I don't know, man. The whole situation is just super silly to me. I feel like a lot of people don't want to hear anything negative about things they like is because they're worried it might change the way they look at it, but I don't think that's bad anyway. You can like something and recognize flaws in it. Like, my favorite movie is The Mummy. The Mummy has a fucking million flaws in it. My second favorite movie is The Mummy Returns. The Mummy Returns has some massive fucking flaws, especially towards the end. I don't want to get into spoilers of a fucking 20-year-old movie, but let me just tell you, the CGI towards the end makes the Nintendo 64's graphics look revolutionary, even by today's standards. It definitely gets rough, but I still fucking love it. And I agree with a lot of the criticisms. It doesn't matter, I still love it. You can take these negative things and people's different opinions and not see eye to eye on it, but don't hate the person for it, you know what I mean? It's weird. I just think it's a super odd trend that I keep noticing. But all in all, in conclusion, wrapping this up, people love to ask for opinions, but when it's not the opinion that they wanted to hear, they get real fucking hostile, as was the case with Dunkey here, and pretty much anyone else that does like reviews or gives their opinion on things on the internet. I think it's time to lighten up. It's great to love things, but when you start to get to an unhealthy degree where you're fighting about it constantly online or letting it actually hurt you physically in your day, make your days worse because someone didn't like it as much as you did, you're tap dancing on that line of unhealthy obsession. So that's really the point I wanted to make with this whole situation, and yeah, that's about it. See ya.